Welcome back, guys. Been a while, but we're looking at the DO228 today. We're in Flagstaff, and we're going to fly over to Socorro, New Mexico. Last time I was in this thing, I had a little bit of trouble getting it into reverse. I don't know if there's like an issue with it participating or playing well with the newer versions of the X-Plane, but we'll see. I think I have a button bound to toggle the, beta range. So hopefully that's going to help us out. We'll get in there, get it started. First, we'll remove the static objects. And we'll close up our doors. Basically going to start this thing right up. Make sure our parking brake is on, and it is. Stay overhead master battery power on. Battery 1 on. Battery 2 on. Nav lights can come on. We'll get the seat belts, no smoking lights on. And on the emergency lights. Anti-collision can come on because we're about to start at fuel pumps. And we'll go with engine number 1. Get that on ground. Engine number 2, get the inverter on, generator on, reset. Engine number 1. Inverter on, generator 1 on. Get up there and close the cover here. We'll switch this over to air and get our avionics going.
Traffic, Whiskey Victor is taxi 14.
Let's lead this. So, Flagstaff, we got 3 VORs. So from Flagstaff, we're going to go to Inslow, which is India. November Whiskey. Winslow, St. John's. Sierra Juliet. November. And the Socorro VOR, which is ONM, Oscar November Mike. And then on to Socorro Regional Airport, which is Kilo, Oscar November Mike. Do that is our trip. So total cumulative distance 268 nautical miles. You might shorten that depending on what the weather's doing. There's some rain cells and stuff between here and there. So we'll also look at instrument approaches in just a second. First I want to get the weather here. Let's go 122 to 122 to 0.
Kilo, Foxtrot, Lima, Golf, Airport information. Echo 2257, Zulu, weather, wind 220, at 11, gusting 220, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 28, dew point -3, altimeter 3026. Advise on initial contact, you have information. Echo.
Information Echo, winds 220 and 11, gusting 20. So we've got runway
Kilo,
21 and 03. Obviously you're going to take runway 21 for departure there. And in Socorro, winds right now 160 at 14. So we've got runway 33 or runway 15. Obviously we're gonna go for 15. There's no there's an interchange. We've got a VOR DME approach, which means that we'll have to do the descent profile ourselves. But just in case there's weather, I will load that. So we're gonna go procedures, select approach, go to the VDMA. And we'll do it via O&M because that's where we're coming in from that direction. Load that. So once we get past St. John VOR, we'll probably activate the approach because we're going to be going through the Socorro VOR anyway. I'll probably get approach plate once we get in here. So for Inslow, we'll wait and set direct to when we get on the hold short on the runway to make sure that get an appropriate course there. I'll go ahead and bring the props up to charge the batteries here for a second.
Traffic mileage Whiskey is currently at 2 miles to the west at 2,500, and now we are heading northwest altitude feature.
Ground control here, 121.9. And tower 134.550.
Mike X-ray runway 18, altimeter 2970, taxi hotel, Foxtrot, cross 25, and then via Tango for runway 18.
A little loud.
Delta Mike X-ray, Hotel Foxtrot, cross 25, and via Tango for 18.
Squawk 1200 for departure. Once we get in the air, we'll contact center and get our quote-unquote VFR or IFR clearance. I think we're ready to go. Go to 25,000 feet today.
Red 5, round.
Round Red 5, we are at 8.2, let's speak to 8.1.
Red 5, proceed on Charlie, hold short, runway 31.
Round Red 5, Charlie, let's short of runway 31.
Should be able to do 1,500. I think what's the altitude here? 3026 on the altimeter. So 7,000 feet above sea level. We should be able to do 1,500 feet climb pretty easily. We'll see. Probably select IAS mode once I get in the air. 3026 on you. And let's see if we can get this thing in beta range.
This is 40 ground, proceed on to golf, hold short, runway 13.
40 on the golf, right on 3.
At the ground, Glacier 9006 is...
So we can't taxi unless I can get these things into reverse mode. And for whatever reason, the button I have assigned to it does not toggle reverse mode. So we can't unlock the props, basically, unless we can get them back into... Come on, baby. What are you doing?
Command 06, Bravo 2 is approved, break Encore 3237, taxi Alpha Oscar. Alpha Oscar.
Sapphire Exec 560 at executive, ready for taxi.
Wind calm, altimeter 2969er, taxi Bravo Alpha, contact tower 1183, holding charge.
Bravo Alpha 83 short, question.
Oh, I think we got it. There we go.
Ground at 1485, Alpha 4,
Should be good. We'll taxi over there, get the taxi lights going.
Mission 1485, roger, just continue holding short of Alpha. There's traffic, be right to left in front, and Embraer, the United. You see them?
Yeah, got it.
Mission 1485, thanks, behind him, cross Alpha Oscar.
Ground Encore 3274, request taxi.
Encore 3274, ground runway 02, wind calm, altimeter 2969er, taxi Quebec Alpha, contact tower 1183, holding short.
Quebec Alpha over to tower, Encore 3274.
Double check. We did not arm our V speeds. Let's hit that button there. We should have out selects and vertical speed armed.
Jazz 149 ground, push 70 your discussion. Push discussion, Jazz 149, thanks.
Pitot heat, we'll get windshield heat on low.
Ground was at 1447, Alpha 274. 1447, taxi Alpha Alpha Delta to the apron. Alpha Alpha Delta was at 14. Jazz 149, continue the taxi, taxi runway 02 out Alpha Charlie.
That's still pretty loud.
Officer on ground, medevac 9099. We're clear. 24 left on Lima, going to the Shell Air Center.
Medevac 909,
Make sure the bleed air is on. It is.
Air Romeo 2 Shell.
Tempo is in auto.
Ground Westjet 165, ready for taxi.
Westjet 165 ground, runway 20. The winds are 240 at 9 and altimeter is 2949.
So 116.8 is the Socorro VOR. So once you get a little bit closer,
holding short. You'll be
be able to track
following
distance and
Air Canada
speed.
Airbus just behind you now on Alpha.
Okay, we check 2949 runway 20 via Oscar Alpha Bravo behind Airbus Westjet 165.
Westjet 912, taxi.
Westjet 912 up to ground, runway 20, wind 24010, altimeter 2949. Follow company off your left-hand side for 20 by Oscar Alpha and Bravo. And call tower 1183, holding short.
Okay, check company on the left, Oscar Alpha Bravo, 83 for Westjet.
Jazz 384 ground, and you'll be following your company ahead there. They're just short Bravo. Follow them on Bravo for 20 and call tower 1183, hold short. No members available to you too if you want it. There's 8,100 feet available on 20.
Okay, we check, we'll follow company. We'll take full length for now and get back to Jazz 384.
Jazz 384.
There you go. So from here, we're going to go direct to. Alright, it's already activated. Inslow 086 degrees. So we'll switch the CDI over to 086. Set our heading there as well. Good to go there. No messages.
Ground.
Once we get into the air to cruise, we'll set up a VNAV profile using this thing, which I don't normally do. Usually figure it out myself, but it's a little bit easier, I guess, to tell us exactly when to start setting. So switch it over to tower 134.9, and what is center frequency? Albuquerque Center 127.67. landing lights. And strobes can come on. Transponder, make sure we're reporting altitude.
WestJet 596.
1200 on the code, ready to go.
Runway 36.
Trim for takeoff, flaps are set, let's go.
Roger. WestJet 596, turn right for Able and contact ground 119.
Right turn 219, WestJet 596.
Florida China 7, wind 330 at 10, you're clear to land runway 36.
Clear to land 36, Florida China 7.
Quebec Charlie Tower, have an amendment to your departure instructions when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Quebec Charlie, as soon as safely able, turn left heading 090 and report that turn to me.
Quebec Charlie with a turn for 090 at this time up to 3000.
Thank you.
I start to turn to Inslow. There's 130 knots, so good track the flaps.
Jessica 515 now. Jessica 515, contact departure airborne, wind 170 at 15, clear takeoff runway 18, good. Quebec Charlie, contact arrival now 11905.
Quebec Charlie over to 195.
Get our yaw damper on too, whoops.
Tower, Quebec Charlie is speaking about for runway 18.
That's Quebec Charlie, altimeter is 29er 69er, wind 170 at 15, gusting 20, you are cleared to land on 18.
Clear to land 18, Quebec Charlie.
So this is going to turn into an IFR flight. So we're going to switch it over to center and we'll put in a new transponder. Actually, look at it on autopilot real quick. Autopilot on.
2805.
Sync up the heading. We'll go heading mode. Altitude should be armed. Vertical speed 1,500 feet. Actually, bring that up a little bit. Capture 140 knots on the IS.
Takejet 13, contact center 13495.
13495, 5130.
Let's go 3,000, bring the speed down, waiting for 140 knots. Sorry, 130 knots. There we go, right. That'll do. IS, that'll help us climb up there. Heading select, switch it over to nav now that we've intercepted the course on the CDI. Goes that, we'll go 4702 on the transponder. And get that on ident.
Westship 518.
518, go ahead.
Westship 518, squawk code 3156.
3156.
Canada 690, contact center 13355. 3355, Canada 690.
There's something going on with the stabilizer trim here. You can see the nose going up down. I don't think it's wind. It didn't feel like it was gusty when we took off, but you can see the stabilizer trim moving back and forth, and you can hear the servo clicking back there. What you doing, buddy?
Charlie Fox, Mike Golf Charlie. Charlie Fox, Mike Golf Charlie, call center, so squawk 5147. 5147, Mike Golf Charlie, and we just took off out of Digby for St. John. Look for I-fire. The Mike Golf Charlie's at that correction is clear to the St. John Airport by the...
Well, I guess given the livery, it kind of makes sense that there's probably something wrong with the autopilot here.
KC3, 1500 to 5000 on the fit off 23.
That'd be annoying as hell if you're back here.
KC3,
Listen to this clicking the whole flight.
Vectors for traffic, turn right heading
Dingo, how's it going? Long time no see, buddy.
020 and up to 280.
How's life treating you? I think we're gonna fly right over Meteor Crater. I think that's what that is right there. Neat.
Golf Kilo Quebec, contact radio 18.5, have a great day.
Put radio 18.5, have a great day yourself, Golf Kilo Quebec.
I'm gonna disengage the autopilot for a second and see if the stabilizer trim stops or if it's actually wind.
Guys, under 5-4, what's your request to report your break?
Plan the visual back up the island for...
Yeah, that's the autopilot.
Guys, under 5-4, Roger, you can proceed direct to Med 2.
We'll proceed direct Med 2 now for Jazz 954.
Roger. KC3, continue right turn, direct right, go on course.
Direct right, go on course for KC3.
18,000 or trans altitude, switch over to 9 or 9 or 2. Oh, that is a tough time, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Or whatever consolation it's worth. That dog was definitely... You got the right owner in life, right? I guess you don't get to choose where you live or where you're born and all that kind of stuff. And Begley was a lucky dog.
We're setting the 4,000.
Needed to.
954.
How old is Begley?
Trash 789er, 550-360.
550-360, Jazz 79.
All the pictures I've seen of both of them, they both look really happy. Understandable. 14.5. That's old for any dog, but let alone a dog that size.
They're Canada 663, center good day, 550-280.
And what is that in dog years? What is it? It's times 7, right? That's 101 years old. Holy moly. one of the weird parts about pet ownership. Is that if you buy them, you know at some point you're going to have to deal with that situation. But it's worth it for all the other good times that you had in between, eh? Probably a little slower on the retrieval, but...
KC3, contact center 12712, so long.
2712, KC3, bye-bye, sir.
Shorter play times for sure, but definitely still fast. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, unless they're tremendously arthritic or something, even old dogs, they're still pretty spry, eh?
789er, contact center 12805, so long.
2805, good morning, Jet 789.
Yeah, when I grew up, we had a Cocker Spaniel, and after I went to university, my sister ended up taking the dog, and she was blind in both eyes at the end. Although, I mean, you're talking about someone pampering their dog. My sister, holy, she cooked for the damn thing. It's also weird, man. Dogs don't... You can run headfirst into a wall, and it doesn't seem to faze them most times. Yeah, she lived okay. She lived for several years after that. Just, obviously she walked really slowly along my sister's apartment at a time, so she wouldn't bump into things.
Montreal Center 12712, or sorry, 12712, Canada 663, so long.
They're just like people in that regard. Like, they can figure out a living space as long as, I mean, you're not planning on moving in the near future, and so the dog kind of knows its way around. If it does lose its vision in the other eye, they'll be able to figure that out. I wonder if the stabilizer thing is related to climate and IAS mode.
Mike Golf, Charlie, turn left heading 0,
Where are we at? 700, let's do this.
025, Mike Golf, Charlie.
Nope. What are you flying in DCS? Please tell me you got the F-14.
Juliet Romeo India, descent level 200.
Thing level 200, hold on, Romeo India.
Oh guys, there's Meteor Crater. Forgot. That's pretty cool.
Mike Golf, Charlie, contact radio now is 120.5, what's next now?
18.5 for Mike.
SU-27, I am familiar with it. The F-15, one of my favorite planes. Mirage, the F-18C. Wait, did you have those modules before? And is it weird going from a World War II combat flights or World War I combat flight simulator to something where you're flying modern jets and stuff? To be honest, that's one of the things that kind of got me into flight simming again, was I used to watch a few YouTubers that did DCS, and when I first got a PC or built a PC, I was going to get that, and for whatever reason, because I started with VR, I was doing Aerofly FS, and got into the civil aviation stuff. But to be honest, I think it's combat flight sims are too stressful for me. There's too much stuff going on. Like this is my speed. I like to look out the window a little bit. We're almost at cruise, and we're picking up the Socorro VOR now.
That's 9402, check canceling IFR, 300 frequency.
Here, 205 nautical miles. 202 knots ground speed. What's your favorite module so far? Which plane do you like?
Station 9190, sorry about that, no. Sea direct to Soxhagen, cross Soxhagen 6000.
Plus, I mean, all the different weapons that you're using have different procedures, right? There's not just one procedure for all of your missiles or bombs or whatever.
8,000, the Lloyd altimeter 2997.
8,000, 297.
It'd be, I haven't seen you streaming that, but if you do, get the F-14, get someone to fly as your Rio. That would be cool. What makes that more demanding than, like, say, the F-15? That's just my all-time favorite airplane, and it's cool that it kind of comes with the multiplayer standard, right? Someone can fly as the Rio, and one is the pilot.
69852 and ready to send 12000.
Looks pretty complicated. 105 on the course.
We were asked to switch over to 372. Did you want us over there now?
Please, 13372, thank you.
Alright, 9852 is up on 3372.
But you weren't really interested in the F-14 before? Alright, cruise altitude. Go ahead and set cruise RPM here. Watch the ITT. Easy, easy. That'll do. So I guess we're going to have to live with this clicking. Something wrong with the autopilot or the stabilizer trim. And what we're going to do, looking at doing the VOR DME approach, presumably. Let me double check the winds right now. Oh yeah, I saw the F-16. I saw the cinematic teaser for that recently. That looks really good. Winds till 150 at 11 knots. So
Cougar 26 in the missed approach, what altitude?
above 8,000 at OMN. So we're going to do
Cougar
this.
26, alright, you're clear of Lloydminster Airport for an approach.
Clear to Lloydminster Airport for an approach. We'll be doing the RNAV runway 08 for low approach in the mist. We're still waiting for Mr. Church's cruise.
Cougar 26 in the missed approach, you're cleared to the Cold Lake Airport by Lloydminster direct and climb 13,000.
Here we go. Target altitude 8,000.
Cougar 26, that's correct, and contact Lake services now 122.2.
8,000 median sea level, 0 nautical miles before ONM. There we go. Vertical profile 15 hundo. Top of descent in 39 minutes. We're going to Socorro, New Mexico.
Center Cougar 26, just checking in. We'd like to make sure that this frequency is good for us on the
This, you can hear the stabilizer trim servos clicking. It's annoying the hell out of me. The only way I can disable it is by turning off the autopilot. Ooh, Man, I'm actually leaving to go back to the States on Tuesday, and that's always my first stop is Mexican food. There's not really good Mexican food here. Looking forward to being able to get that whenever I want.
Troop 102, contact center 1349er.
Over to,
West Coast, yeah, but I mean, to be honest, in Atlanta, there's a huge Mexican population, so there's a lot of authentic Mexican stuff there. Plus, there's good Tex-Mex and fusion stuff as well. I'm sure you can find decent Mexican food just about anywhere in the States. Probably. What about Australia? I mean, for us, there's obviously a lot of Mexicans that live in the United States, but I wouldn't imagine that's probably the case for you guys.
Airco 128 Center, good day. Speed restriction still in effect.
Speed restriction still in effect, Airco 128.
Are they any good, or is it kind of like you take what you can get? Also, how's the weather there?
North Cable 1552, 10,300 for 210 and speed 160.
Talked to Kevin a while ago. It snowed where he was at, but I know you're a little bit further north of him, so I doubt it's probably as cold as where he's at. You've never had a quesadilla? You could probably make it yourself, to be honest. If you can buy tortillas, it's essentially just a pan-fried tortilla with cheese. You put whatever you want to in it. Put a little oil in a pan and just crisp the tortilla until the cheese melts, and put all sorts of stuff inside it. Then fold it in half. My favorite are the stuffed poblano peppers. Them shits are good, boy.
Station number 4851 down in Christina Lake.
Good luck finding one in Australia, bud. You got to come to America or Mexico. Let's see. Also, what's our minimum descent height? 1,700. Radar altitude.
Glacier 912 with the fuel site with the cancel fire.
Sorry, that last call was at Glacier 9190.
That's correct for Glacier 9190.
Glacier 9190, checking emptying IFR. You're on a frequency.
Silver frequency, Glacier 9190.
You can see the stabilizer moving here. What are you doing to me, airplane? I wonder what that would feel like as a passenger. Speaking of Mexican food, los pollos hermanos, hecho de Mexico. I'm gonna start brushing up on my Spanish too when I go back. One of the weird things about living here and learning Korean and stuff is like now when I think about speaking in Spanish, it's mostly mixed up with Korean words now. No, to be honest, I haven't done FSE in a few weeks. There's been a lot of silly drama with people on Discord. I'm 0% interested anymore.
Alright, thanks for the quick one.
I like being able to fly whatever plane I want to wherever I want without having to worry about that kind of stuff. It's a silly thing to be that concerned about.
6,000, cross move at 6,000.
At 6,000 now, cross move at 6,000. Just 9852.
WestJet 204, contact center 1349.
I personally feel like, I mean, not to air a bunch of dirty laundry or anything, I just feel like someone taking advantage of somebody else. Like, I went through the payment logs to look, and it's like they made a big stink about it to get their money back, and you kind of sacrificed what I think is a pretty decent, like, social group, right? For what? For a game? It's not a real economy. The money's not real. The airplanes aren't real. Like, why would you sacrifice a friendship for something so stupid? That's why I just, like I said, I have zero interest in that anymore. I think I missed the big pieces. So I got, like, separate people's perspectives, and then I went back and looked at the payment logs to see what was going on. And it's a stupid situation. As far as I can tell. I don't really want to get involved any more than I already have. I mean, there was it seems like someone was complaining about the money that they had put into UMA or something, but if that was the case, like, what? Think about all the money that we donated. I don't care about any of that.
Air 128, after sucking, you're clear direct to 10 times.
After suction, we're clear direct to 10,000.
Anyway.
Echo 128.
Center 9852 would like to cancel the IFR at this time.
Check 9852, check canceling IFR. You are clear order frequencies, call me on the ground, close the flight plan.
We'll call you on the ground, close out the flight plan. Chinook 9852.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't, like I said, I don't understand why someone would be willing to sacrifice or jeopardize, like, real human social bonds over something so frivolous. That's really, really off-putting to me. Like, on a personal level, but just in general. Like, I generally don't judge people, like, give people the benefit of the doubt, but if you're willing to do something that trivial, like, I don't know about you. Seems a little weird. A little petty. Let's just here flying airplanes. But there's always kind of, I don't know, that weird human ego element involved too. Like, I remember being approached at the beginning, like people trying to get us to join their airlines and all that kind of stuff so they could do better on the leaderboards. Like, who cares, guys?
Alright, that'll put us at 210 for Uncle 200.
Yeah, exactly. It should be like that. Like, to me, just doing these flights, like, to and from wherever I want to go, it seems like it's basically the same thing. I mean, if the money's imaginary, I can imagine myself making money and flying imaginary passengers anyway. Albuquerque Center. Still Albuquerque Center. Haven't seen it yet. No, I saw Aiden posted in the Discord, but I haven't watched it. I'll put it on my watch later, and it's about 11:15 here, so when I get some lunch, I'll watch that this afternoon.
Thank you, sir, and you're Compton Airport.
I was actually thinking about that the other day. It's weird. Obviously, aviation accidents happen quite frequently, considering all the collective vloggers that we watch, I'm surprised that we haven't seen anything along those lines.
1552, looking for descent.
Cable 155.
Fortunately, no one was hurt.
6,000, cross check, take it 6.
But it doesn't look like it, not seriously at least.
South present speed 170 and 6,000, cross subject 6,000, let's give it 1552.
Great.
So 28 minutes to top of descent. So this is kind of cool. When you pull this up, if you were to start descending now, if you want to hit your target altitude, it updates your vertical speed reference constantly. So if we started descending now, it'd say 434 feet per minute to hit 8,000 feet at ONM. Have you watched the video? Without spoiling it, was it pilot error or was it an actual malfunction?
They're going 2 8, descend 6,000, cross check, sig at 6,000.
Descend 6,000, cross subject at 6,000, airco 128.
That's correct, you contact me now, 13445.
Airco 828, up on 13445.
128, thanks, sir.
I'm kind of interested to see it now. What were they doing? Was it an ocean crossing, or were they just flying over the ocean? Happened to be over the water. Also, did he finish the DC-3 flight? Didn't see the conclusion of that video.
Caribou 1552, contact me now, 13445.
With you now,
We'll do about an hour. I just saw the thumbnail, so obviously Matt wasn't involved. I guess he was in his own airplane. A little unrelated, but did you see Steve-O's latest, Steve-O1 Knievo's latest vlog?
52, roger, up to the flight plan, back to my house.
Okay, no, thank you.
He flew the, I guess someone from Daher let him fly the TBM 940.
What I call the center, say again?
Pretty neat.
looking for
They also went to a place called Cedar Key, which is one of the, I think it's the shortest runway in Florida or something like that. At least shortest paved runway. And I found like a little free scenery with an ortho tile for it and everything. It looks cool. He is kind of a derp, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have much charisma, but he still has one of the largest vlog followings. It's weird.
Clear at Craigle Lake, going too close to IFR flight line.
Station 9190, sector on the ground.
I introduced like a friend who's not interested in aviation. She's over and we were watching like some vloggers that I watched, and she's like, this guy is just one of the like most boring YouTube vloggers.
Yeah, 221.
But I think it's like the cinematography, if you could call it that, with all your, he does a good job editing his videos. We watched the, with the episode where he flew out to meet Riley and Elena from Sailing with Vagabond with JP from Le Canderist. And it's like, all those guys, they have so much verve, like, you know, joie de vivre, like that thing that you can tell they're just really, I don't know, spunky or something. He's so boring. Heaven's Landing, that's actually in Georgia. I'll have to check that out when I go back. Although probably far outside of my financial purview.
A Beach 100, Airco 128.
Also, I'm a shit golfer. I'm terrible at golf. Also, I guess one of the reasons that one probably was good was because it had Captain Mindy as well. Like, again, good contrast to Steve-O, who's really kind of monotonous. Oh, I play a ton of golf still. Obviously, I'm just awful at it. Never figured it out. Never figured out my swing.
300 1 Jerk Whiskey.
Jerk Whiskey, go ahead.
Solid ground and Congo. Goes up here.
I think I've had a couple birdies. I've never had an albatross. And I could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've had a birdie. That feels good. I'm actually pretty decent with irons, but I cannot drive to save my life. Which is weird because I have really long arms, and you'd think that would kind of help you with kinetic linking and all that kind of stuff. And I never got it.
Close out our cancel our IFR and proceed visual.
I used to work at a golf course when I was in high school too, and even the pros there would try to help me out and give me tips while I was just killing time on the range. Never quite figured it out. I think they're talking about how the Premier One looks like a dolphin to them. I think this might look even more dolphin-like, particularly now with the stabilizer trim doing whatever it's doing, porpoising. You guys have so I used to work at a public golf course, and there's private ones where you have to pay membership fees and stuff like that, and the public ones run by the city or local municipality, those are obviously a lot cheaper. Is it the same in Australia? I'm guessing so.
Americana 663 is with you now. We're 27.5 for flight level 280.
It's an ugly ass airplane, but 100% one of my favorite cockpits. I think it looks really cool.
Flight level 360. We're kind of 663.
I actually haven't been real golfing in a while, because here it's pretty expensive, and most of the time when I go golfing with friends, we go screen golfing. Essentially like playing a giant video game where they have like several cameras that set up that measure your speed swing and like the ball's departure speed and trajectory, and then it hits like a big cloth thing where the game is being projected onto a wall, and it simulates where your ball would go in real life. And those are, that's like $11 a game, which is pretty good. My friends, they've been going to real golf courses, but they always go during the week, like on Mondays and stuff, because most of them are bar owners and stuff like that, so they don't have regular schedules, but I've been a 9 to 5 sucker. Ooh, weather refresh. See if we got anything on the radar.
Center now 128.05, okay?
2805,
Getting there, boys. 18 minutes. Greg Norman, I know Greg Norman. He's pretty famous in the States.
Air Canada 663, contact center now 128.05, good day.
2805 now, Air Canada 663, thanks.
I worked at the Sugarloaf Classic once as a fundraiser, which is, I guess it's a big golf event in Georgia somewhere. Don't know Billy Doug. why is he famous? I mean, obviously for golf, but should I know him? Oh, I gotcha. So, like, Greg Norman was probably his protege or something? Well, yeah, 1938, wow. 1970 Dunk set an Australian lowest score record of 10 under par. 10 under par 60. Holy shite. Ah, I gotcha. It's crazy to me, you know, my belief personally is that there's no such thing, I don't think, as any sort of significant latent talent. But then think about someone like this. I grew up playing golf too, and I still cannot hit my way out of a wet paper bag. But this guy, same thing, it turned into a master.
Okay, 2900, Thunder Grenade.
Air Canada 690, like to request 350.
Air Canada 690, climb flight level 350.
350, Air Canada 690.
Billy Dunk is a cool name no matter what what sport you're talking about. New heading 083.
Good, Emirates 224, flight level 310.
Emirates 224, Thunder, good afternoon. If you're able, log on to CPDLC, Charlie Zulu Quebec Mike.
Charlie Zulu, Quebec Mike, Emirates 224.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Weather update, there is, it looks like, at least on the next route that I'm seeing on Sky Vector, there's some rain on the way. The wind's 180 at 9, gusting 20 knots. We're doing the VR, DME, and that's...
Emirates 232, radio check.
Emirates 232, stand by.
What is the runway heading?
Air India 104, radio check.
India 5 and 104 heavy.
Roger.
155 magnetic. Who doesn't love a good gusty landing?
Rouge 1903, flight level 360.
Rouge 1903, Thunder, good afternoon.
Delta 266, 360. Delta 266, Thunder, good. good afternoon. This is Qatari 701 Heavy, level 3401 for Yankee Bravo Charlie.
Qatari 701 Heavy, starting good day. Pump Alpha contact center now 132.52.
3252, 56 Papa, we'll see.
Qatari 701.
Qatari 701, go ahead.
Qatari 701, change your route, sir. Let me know when you're ready.
Thanks. Qatari 701, go ahead.
Qatari 701, okay, you're now clear. Press position direct to Papa, Quebec, India. And then direct Echo November Echo
There's a toilet in this
for
airplane.
departure to arrival, Kennedy.
Just from the Papa Quebec India, then Echo November Echo to the path to arrival Kennedy, Qatari 701 Heavy.
Qatari 701, roger. Delta 266.
Go ahead for Delta 266.
Yeah, Delta 266, bit of a change to your route, sir. You're now cleared. Press position direct to Papa, Quebec, India, and then direct.
Hello, Qatari 763, flight level 360.
Qatari 763, heavy, pending good day.
Center, November 300, Romeo Lima, flight 410.
November 300, Romeo Lima, pending good day.
We go 8,000 feet, 1,500 foot per minute descent. I'm not going to arm that. As soon as we get to
Okay, Ukraine
on top of descent, in 7 minutes we'll hit arm and then enable V speed. Get us down there.
8.05, Ukraine, pass on 231, good day.
Negative Air Transat 211 Heavy, flight level 400.
Air Transat 211 heavy, pending good day. Canada 1102, wind ready, descent flight level 290.
Wind ready down to 290, Canada 1102.
Roger.
Good afternoon, Air Transat 299 Heavy, flight level 360.
And Air Transat 299 heavy, pending good day. Delta 219, flight level 360.
Delta 219 Heavy, gonna get a change to your route, let me know when you're ready to copy. Delta 219, now clear Prism assist, direct to Papa, Quebec, India, and then direct Echo November, Echo, balance unchanged.
Okay, Prism assist, direct Papa, Quebec, India, and direct Echo November, Echo, Delta 219.
Delta 219, Hunter.
We're gonna fly into this cloud bank. Double check the weather radar is on.
And 300 Romeo Lima.
Number 300 Romeo Lima, go ahead.
300 Romeo Lima, start your descent now. Maintain
Outside
level
temperature
330.
minus 25
Descend now,
Celsius.
maintain level
Wait.
330, 300 Romeo Lima.
Center, good afternoon, Air Canada, 835 Heavy 380.
Sorry, sir, Canada calling.
Yes, hi, Air Canada 835 Heavy 380.
Canada 835 Heavy, I'm gonna get a...
Minutes. Get a little bumpy here. So we are doing a VOR DME approach, which is a non-precision approach. Essentially, you'd be controlling the vertical speed yourself manually once you get past a certain point. So let me look at the weather. Might just, if it's cloud ceiling. Scattered clouds at 1-2,000. So we should be able to see. Visibility is 10 miles, 10 statute miles. So when we get below 12,000, probably disengage and go to just a visual approach. And still 1809, gusting 20.
American 799, contact center 13575, getting 3575, so long, 379.
Next 762, speed your discretion. Okay, speed is our discretion, next 762.
I actually had the golf club, the first one. I really like that game. You can design your own courses and stuff like that too, right?
Compass 5720, contact Southwest 128.1, get it? 128.1, Compass 5720, get it?
Can't purchase anything at the moment, but I'll be able to get my bank stuff sorted out once I get home.
November 715, Dallas Charlie, contact Southwest 124.1, get it? 124.1.
Yeah, it's weird too. Like, I don't like watching golf, but I like playing golf, and I like golf video games a lot. I think that's a pretty fun, because it's not stressful. It's more of a social thing.
53, contact Southwest 128.1, get it? 128.1.
Melon, what's up, dude? Just in time for our descent.
Retard, retard, retard.
We're 86, Whiskey Tango, time maintain 12,000.
Down to 12,000 for 886 Whiskey Tango.
Dingo, if you have it, man, you should stream some DCS. I'd watch that.
for 886 Whiskey Tango, contact approach 125.3, good day.
That's 125.3 for 886 Whiskey Tango.
Nice, let us know. Request the F-15, please. That's one of my favorite planes. That or the F-18.
Southwest 542, contact center 128.37, good day.
2837, 542.
Actually going to start descending now. Let's go arm on you. Vertical speed, see it. Oh, thank you, baby Jesus. That stopped the, oh, never mind.
Alaska 1901.
Alaska 1963 dead.
Yeah, just wonder if we can make our cruise at 360 today.
Alaska 1963 affirmative, and then Nelson maintain flight level 360.
Alright, I'm maintaining 360 Alaska 1963, thank you.
Melon just came in to show off his subscription and then dip out. Where you at? Where you at, boy?
Delta 2574, contact center 127.5, good day.
2752, Delta 2574.
Far Cry 5. Obviously not right now.
5818, 199, comment 230.
Compass 5818, center, good afternoon, flight maintain flight level 290.
290.
What's your favorite Far Cry? Have you played most of them? TMI, man. You never played the other ones? I still think Far Cry 2 is the best. That was the one set in Africa. Far Cry 3 was pretty good. What was 4? Far Cry Primal sucked. I can't remember what 4 was.
Good day, South 1958.
Look it up. Oh, yeah, that was the Nepalese one. 4 was pretty good. Yeah, I liked 5. 2 was the most fun for me, though, because it was the most realistic.
12652 Alaska.
They even had, like, weapon wear and tear, so you have to repair them after a while, they jam. But there was kind of this annoying mechanic, because you were fighting off malaria, so you constantly had to be finding anti-malarial drugs to treat it. Kind of dumb. But the rest of it was really good. What is our altimeter? Let's see. Oh, now the winds are 340 at 10. So we're going to have to land 35. 33.
Center Alaska
Visibility
1223
10.
at 209 for flight level 230.
Clouds scattered at 4,900. Scattered 6,000. Broken 12,000. Temperature 32. Dew point 3. Precipitation none. Altimeter 2996. go ahead and switch that over. Oh yeah, did something new happen with DayZ? Because I mean, for a while, no one talked about it, and all of a sudden, everyone's playing it again. What's the deal with that? It looks pretty cool. Speaking of making it better, I don't know if you've been following the Escape from Tarkov stuff. The next update's supposed to be pretty big. 0.12. Oh boy, here we go. What's our temperature here? Jeez. Probably should have some anti-ice on, just in case. It looks really good. When you say they made it better, is it still in beta technically? How much is it? It's like that for a lot of games now, though, unfortunately. Or, I mean, good or bad. That's just is what it is. I need to get some more hard drive space, man. Or delete another game, because I got like a squad I never play. The only other game that I really play is Escape from Tarkov. Albuquerque Center and KONM Unicom 128.
68588, center climb maintain level 450.
Up to flight level 450, push at 5.
And we are above freezing.
Select 588 to direct El Paso.
Direct El Paso, push at 588, thank you.
Select 588, just want to verify that you're direct to El Paso VOR and then the airport.
588.
Alright, winds 340, 10 knots.
Center back, set 5.
So we're about to make a turn towards the airport. Once I can see it, I'll just disconnect the autopilot and we'll fly it ourselves.
0, make it set 5.
P-brake.
Southwest 694, contact center 135.15. Never mind the left.
Compass 6096, checking on flight level 340.
Compass 6096, center radar contact 20 miles southeast of Laputa.
Position checks, Compass 6096. Then our low sky 3391 is 187 climbing 230.
Skyward 3391, up center, climb and maintain flight level 270.
I maintain 270 sky 3391.
It should be somewhere along this little river basin. Down there somewhere. Also, let's check the flap speed. I remember something weird about this. I think there's like higher gear speeds than flap speeds. Maneuvering speed 140 knots. Maximum landing gear extended at 160. What about flaps?
American 2546, level 380. American 2546, center reset.
There he
and
is.
Spot 1353. 1353. American 25.
I do not remember what flap speeds are on this plane. We're going to hold. So what I'm going to do is go direct to the airport here.
American 2758, descend via the Lucky 1 arrival, except maintain flight level 240. Descend via the Lucky 1 arrival, except maintain flight level 240.
Let's do this. I need KONM. Direct 2, there you go. 184 degrees.
Tower 3391, contact center 127.52.
752 Spencer.
American 2546, radar contact 2 miles south of Laputa. 2546.
Los Angeles Delta 574 with your 380.
Delta 574, center reset, transponder squad 1304.
Roger.
Runway 335 degrees for the approach, so I'm going to swing this around to 335 when we get close. I'll switch the CDI to 335 so I have a visual reference for what direction we need to be heading for our pattern.
Clear to maintain, via the Ola 1, except maintain flight level 240, 300 in transition.
Compass 1696, back turn.
Roger.
We got 21 miles, so we'll switch it over to Unicom as well.
Traffic 2 Kilo Sierra, final order 197.
7, downwind runway 19. Traffic at 710, base runway 19. Traffic at 710, fine on runway 19.
Alright, the airport should be right next to a highway and a river. Should be just to the east of it, so we can follow that riverbed along. Should find the airport pretty easily. In fact, that might be us right there. I think there's a building to the airport. Go ahead and disconnect the autopilot.
Traffic, Skywalk, 10 miles.
And we'll go 325 on the CDI to make sure that it doesn't move when we deviate from this flight plan. We'll switch that over to VLOC and switch on the VOR frequency. So now it's going to stay lined up on 335. Should. Go around these clouds. We'll go 1200.
Rocket's right base for 7. Rocket's turning final 7. The rocket short final 7. Traffic, turning at 341 Tango Bravo, coming up on midfield out of the southeast for a left downwind for runway 7.
Alright, so that's definitely the airport right there. There's the highway and it's just along the river. A little bit closer.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning left downwind for runway 7.
See, we're being kind of pushed by the wind a little sideways here.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning left base for runway 7.
Do my best. Getting better.
Traffic, Trinidad 341 Tango Bravo, turning final runway 7.
Traffic, Vansport for 19 or Quebec. I'm 3 miles out. I'm going to go, Mike, you go ahead. I'm going to go in and approach on the downwind, left downwind.
I actually uninstalled the landing rate plugin, so I don't really care about beating anybody. Just want to get it on the center line and as close to the touchdown zone as I can. Alrighty. There is the airport. We'll go ahead and turn directly downwind. gonna turn the yaw damper off too. Just rudder it.
Traffic van 4419 Quebec, turning left downwind for 07.
160 knots, we'll get the gear out. And I can't remember what the flap speed is, so once we get into 150...
Traffic Skyline 264 Golf, 10 miles southeast.
Traffic 19 Quebec base for
There is the end of the
07.
runway. We are abeam right now. Turn basically make it a short final for Melon, who always complains about my long ones.
Traffic 19 Quebec final 07.
About 1,000 feet over field elevation.
Traffic Skyline 56 Romeo, turning left downwind 07.
Yeah, it's part of like the ambient noises.
Traffic Skyhawk 7347, left base 07. Traffic Skyhawk 7347, turning final 07.
Traffic Skyline 2856 Romeo, I'm number 2.
Let this roll out.
On the path here.
Spanx, Spanx.
Traffic Skyline 2856 Romeo, turning base leg 07. Traffic Skyline 264 Golf, 2.5 mile midfield from the southeast where we're flying for left traffic 7. Traffic Skyline 264 Golf overhead for left down entry to 7, the full stop.
Thanks, Dingo. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see ya. Give me a status update on Begley when you talk to the vet. Let me know what's going on.
Traffic Skyline 264 Golf, turning left downwind 7.
Not much of a nose-up attitude there. I've been a little firm. Alright, dudes, I am out of here. I'll be back tomorrow for the last Failure Friday for a while. I have to take a break from streaming, sending my PC home, and I'm gonna get stuff set up, get my life sorted out when I get back to the States. So, see you tomorrow, hopefully. Take care, guys. Peace.